Martin Binford is an author. He has no income. He would report on line 1A or 1B of his Schedule SE, which is linked here, or most of which is shown below. He earned $143,380 in 2010 from his books. He had $3,563 in expenses. How much self-employment tax does he owe? So we have to walk through these steps here. So let's do it. Let's see. Net farm profit or loss. They said he doesn't have anything there. Or B, Social Security income. Net profit or loss from his other stuff, well, that he does have up here. So he earned this much, he had that many expenses, so the difference is the net profit. So that would be line 2 here. We want to calculate what is 143,380 minus $3,563. So we'll get that in a minute. And then line 3 says take lines 1A, 1B, and 2 together. So let's see, we're going to have only line 2, so that's fine. Then we'll multiply that by 92.35%. All right, so this will be put here. And then for this row here, we're going to take that amount and multiply it by, as a decimal, 92.35% would be 0.9235. And that's going to be the amount for line 4. Then we have to decide if that's less than 106,000 or is it more than 106,800. All right, so I'm going to whip out a calculator now. Let's bring this out and over so I can see some numbers. So he had $143,380 in income minus his expenses, $3,563. All right, so that's our amount for line 2 and 3. And then we wanted to multiply that answer by 92.35%, which as a decimal is 0.9235. And that's almost 130,000. Let's see, rounding those cents up, it's going to be $121, 129,121 after we do that multiplication. And that is bigger than 106,000. So the next step would be to multiply by 2.9% and then add 13,243. So let's fill out some of the form and then we will complete those calculations. So we found that that difference is $139,817. And then rounding 92.35% of that line 3 number, which is also the same number for line 2, we get $129,121 and no cents. Then, since that is more than 106,000, we multiply that by 2.9%, right? And then add $13,243.20. Let's do that on the calculator. So again, we're taking this result here and multiplying that by 2.9% as a decimal is 0.029. And then we'll add $13,243.20. And that should give us his self-employment tax. Calculator. All right, so that number above, so I'm just going to rewrite it as 129, 121, because those fractions of a cent take us up a whole dollar and no cents. That gets multiplied by 0.029, and then we have to add to that $13,243.20, which gives us, to the nearest dollar, $16,988. So that would be here, $16,988. would be my final answer there and here. So again, order of operations there is first thing we had to do is that subtraction. Then we multiplied that by that percentage, and then that result got multiplied by the other 2.9%, and then we finally added on the 13,243.2. So we could just type that into the calculator and we should get about $16,988. You should try that. Good calculator practice. Thanks for playing. Adios.